Jail. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay, Lashenda Barbary. Okay, thank you. Now we have Jessica Almonte.
Morning, Judge Todd on behalf of.
Your Honor, she's present and approaching.
She's got private
she is.
counsel.
Okay.
Morning, Judge Todd on behalf of Miss Almonte.
Jessica Almonte, you're charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, dating violence. Court finds probable cause. Counsel?
Judge, I'm asking for a $2,500 bond. Miss Almonte is a lifetime resident of Broward County.
What are you asking for?
$2,500 bond, Judge. This case stems from an incident allegedly happened in September. The case was not filed until December of 2019. She's got one prior felony arrest for a welfare fraud back a few years ago, Judge. There is an open case with the same victim. I was in court with Miss Almonte on Thursday. The state was seeking to revoke her bond. However, the victim was present, same victim, Daniel.
I got it. I read it.
And the state had a chance to speak with him. He did not want to go forward, and the state actually withdrew their motion to revoke.
Court's going to set bond amount of $1,000, no contact with the alleged victim. Okay, and ma'am, when I say no contact, that means you don't contact that person in any make, manner, shape, or form. As soon as you get out, talk to your attorney, listen to his advice. That'll keep you out of trouble. Have a good day.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Bria Harcum. You're charged with domestic battery on a firefighter, and obstructing without violence. Court finds probable cause. Court sets bond the amount of $500 on count one, $500 on count two, ROR on three. Have a
Your
good
Honor, would you
day.
consider pretrial release for Ms. Harcum?
Excuse
She
me?
is, Your Honor, would you consider pretrial release for
No,
Ms.
not
Harcum?
at this
She is a-
time. Jessica Gaddis.
No problem, Your Honor.
Jessica Gaddis. What's that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Did you say no contact?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't. Jessica Gaddis, you're charged with domestic battery. Court finds probable cause, $500 bond, no contact with the victim. You also have introducing contraband at detention facility, $1,000 bond, possession of heroin, $1,000 bond, possession of Xanax, $1,000 bond, and okay, this is a repeat. All right. Court finds probable cause, all counts total, $3,500 in bond. Can you make the bond?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll consider pretrial release if you agree to have a drug evaluation and treatment if it's required, and no alcohol or intoxicants subject to random testing. Have a good day, ma'am. Michelle Ramos.
So that means I get pretrial? So that means I get released?
She bonded?
Bonded, Your Honor.
Okay, then we have Stephanie Starling. Okay. Dude, I made all those notes. Hey. Melinda Ventry.
North Broward. North Broward, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Ventry, you're charged. You got a capious, a $1,000 bond, criminal mischief. Court finds probable cause. It's an ad charge. Can you make the $1,000 bond?
No, Your Honor, but I was incarcerated when I got picked up the KPS. I was in
Okay,
jail
so
at
you were
the time.
held on other things. Is that correct?
Well, my charges, my charges are complete on other cases.
What I'll explain, Judge. I'll explain Ms. Ventry. She was originally picked up for 3 counts, including this one. She received a time served. Her probation was reinstated, This capias was issued while she was in custody. I'm just asking for an ROR. I don't want it to be resolved because she was reinstated on probation. They have to sort it out.
Okay, and she's back on
She's
probation?
back on probation.
Okay, ROR. Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Margie Billy.
North Broward, Your Honor.
This Billy, you're charged with possession of LSD, $1,000 bond, possession of paraphernalia, $100 bond, violation of community controller, VOP, no bond hold. Then you have drive with a suspended driver's license, $750, and you have an out-of-county hold, $30,000, and an out-of-county hold, no bond. You'll be detained on those no bond charges, and the detainer out of Hendry County.
And Judge, I'm asking if we can ROR her on the 3 Broward counts. It's counts 1, 2, and 4. All 3 VOPs are the Hendry County. She'd rather be in Hendry County to deal with the VOPs first, so I'm asking for her to be ROR'd on 1, 2, and 4. She'll be held no bond. She'll be transported.
RR on 1, 2, and 4. Have a good day. And transport to Hendry County. Lorraine Churk.
North Broward.
Chorak.
They're charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, $2,000 bond, burglary with an assault and battery. Court finds probable cause.
Judge, I would object to a finding on that. I would object to a proof and presumption great finding on that count. Reading the probable cause affidavit.
I remember this one specifically.
On the face of it, it's self-help. Now, self-help is not always
Well, I
ideal.
understand that, but there's also, and that's a defense, but there's also a 10-year relationship between the people, and there was a dispute, and the court barely finds probable cause, does not find proof evident presumption great. Bond is amounted $3,000 on count 2. Total bond, $5,000. No contact with the alleged victim. Stacy Pierce.
Judge, wait, Ms. Shara, hold on 1 second, ma'am. She lives with her 86-year-old mother as a caretaker. She's unable to afford any kind of monetary bond. She's been in custody actually for a few days already, if you got that in the probable cause affidavit. She's been receiving medical attention. She's asking for a full lockdown GPS monitor. She's unable to afford any kind of monetary bond. She has the stable address of mom. Even if Your Honor wants
All
to
right,
verify that.
okay, the parties don't live together. The court will enter no contact order, pretrial release level 2 GPS. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, Stacy Perez.
She's present, Judge. At Maine.
Stacy Perez, you're charged with robbery with a firearm, attempted felony murder, and burglary. You have a no bond hold.
Yes, Your Honor, and the state is requesting that you find proof evident presumption great.
State defense?
Judge, when it comes to proof and presumption grade, the 4th DC is clear. That is higher than the beyond a reasonable doubt standard. I understand we have a probable cause affidavit here today, but that's all the state has. I understand in the probable cause affidavit, the officer says there were statements made. However, we do not have any of those statements here today for us to review. All we have is the probable cause affidavit, and if the state went forward today with this piece of evidence and nothing else, I don't believe they'd be able to meet the burden of beyond a reasonable doubt, let alone the higher burden of proof and presumption grade.
Just to,
Counsel, the court finds from the probable cause affidavit at this time, subject to hearing at a later time, proof evident presumption great, no bond hold. Have a good day. Okay, Ada Marie Rosario.
North Broward.
I ought to be with you 1 minute. Go ahead. Okay, Rosario, you have some traffic citations and capiases totaled $1,250 bond. I find probable cause. You want to plead no contest?
Yeah.
Time served. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Mindy Bond.
Yes.
Wait a minute, Judge Stewart, four felonies? Hold on. Excuse me, bring back, Miss, Rosario.
Yes, Your Honor.
The reason why I'm sitting this is, okay, because Rosario, you don't want to enter the pleas, because you've got a no bond hold by Judge, Siegel. And, I read it as being an error because it said no valid driver's license. And, but there was another charge with it. So you're going to be detained going before Judge Siegel on the 11th. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Mindy Bond. Mindy
Yes,
Bond, you got
I do.
aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. Court finds probable cause, and the court sets bond the amount of $1,500. No contact with the alleged victim. Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Jeanette Rodriguez Robles.
Judge, we need a Spanish interpreter.
Ms. Robles, you're charged with obtaining property. Oh, Spanish interpreter? You're charged, ma'am, with obtaining property over $50,000 by fraud, $25,000 bond.
Señora, usted la han
And,
acusado de obtener propiedad de más de $50,000 por medio del fraude.
and a fraud charge of over
En ese
$100,000.
cargo tiene una fianza de
Bond is
$25,000.
$7,500.
Tiene otro
Court
cargo de
finds
fraude.
probable
En
cause.
ese cargo tiene una fianza de $7,500. Yo
Okay.
determino que sí hay motivo fundado.
You have a bond of $25,000 on count one, $7,500 on
El cargo
count
número 1, la
two.
fianza es de $25,000 y $7,500 para el cargo número 2 de su fianza.
Vanessa Phillips.
She's present, Judge.
Vanessa Phillips got a violation of probation. Court finds probable cause, no bond hold. You'll be detained going before the judge on the 11th. Okay, then we have Sabrina Rosenbaum.
North Your Honor. Medical reset.
It's a reset?
Medical reset.
Then we have Clandine Colas.
Well, this is a medical reset as well.
Then we have Linda Pickstock.
She was released, Judge.
She was what?
Judge's order from yesterday, she was released.
Okay. Then we have Devon Brandon Hilton.
He's present, Judge.
Mr. Hilton, you're charged with domestic battery. The court finds probable cause. Bond is set in the amount of $1,000. No contact with the alleged victim. Marlon King.
He's present and approaching, Judge.
Counsel, you're next. Mr. King, you're charged with domestic battery. The court finds probable cause. Bond is set in the amount of $1,000. No contact with the alleged victim.
Judge, would you consider pretrial level 2? He's on disability and has a friend in Dania Beach that he can live with.
Not at this time. Matthew Grant.
Good morning, Judge. Felipe had a meeting on Mr. Grant's behalf, and his mother is also present, just so you know.
Okay. Mr. Grant, you have an attorney here, and you're charged with domestic battery. The court finds probable cause. What do you want to address, counsel?
Judge Bond, he's from South Florida, born and raised. He has a job at Burger King. His mom's here. He's got strong family support. We would ask for $500 bond if possible.
Make me make this very clear, Mr. Grant. I'm setting bond at $500. You have no contact with the alleged victim, none. No phone call, no texts, no communication whatsoever. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. $500 bond, find probable cause. Thank you, counsel. And by the way, counsel, I'm sorry, I thought he was much higher up on the docket.
No worries, Judge. Thank you. Thank you.
Omari Hall Nubai.
He's present and approaching, Judge.
Mr. Nubai, you're charged with domestic battery. Court finds probable cause, $500 bond, no contact with the alleged victim. Romario Bartley.
Present and approaching, Judge.
Mr. Bartley, you're charged with domestic battery. Court finds probable cause, bond is set in the amount of $500, no contact with the alleged victim.
Judge, in Mr. Bartley's case, there's no allegations of children in common or that they live together, so there should be no PC for domestic violence battery, just a simple battery.
Well, would you like me to make it a $1,000 bond, standard battery charge?
Yes, Judge, $500 bond.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day. Angela McDonald Miranda.
Judge, this is a Spanish interpreter case.
Yes. Mr. Maldonado, you're charged with domestic battery.
Señor
Court
Maldonado,
finds
será una acusada de
probable
agresión
cause.
doméstica. El tribunal determina que sí hay motivo fundado.
And bond is set in the amount of $500.
Y su fianza será de
I'm concerned
$500.
about Mr. Maldonado, and he let me know that he did have thoughts of killing himself and would like to go to the hospital.
Juez, yo estoy preocupado por el señor
Yeah,
Maldonado. Me
$500
avisó que se
bond,
quería
no
suicidar y yo quiero
contact
que vaya al
with the
hospital.
alleged individual.
Tendrá una fianza de $500 y ordeno que no tengan contacto de ningún tipo con la presunta víctima.
Okay, now we have Sean Morgan. Mr. Morgan, you're charged with, you got a capias, $250 on a misdemeanor, and then you have a capias from Judge McHugh, no bond hold. You'll be detained going before Judge McHugh on the 11th. Have a good day. Walter Novembre.
North Broward, Your Honor.
Mr. Novembre, you're charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Domestic. Court finds probable cause. Bond set in the amount of $3,000. No contact with the alleged victim.
Judge, for Mr. Novembre, he's unable to afford any monetary bond. From my understanding, he speaks Creole, but I was able to communicate with him a bit. He lives with his parents, but they have no money to help him. He does not live with the alleged victim, who's the girlfriend, so I'm asking for some sort of standard pretrial release. Also, from my understanding, he's never been arrested before.
Let me see it for a second. Thank you. I'll set bond the amount of $1,500. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Raymond Rosario.
Present and approaching, Judge.
Mr. Rosario, you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon domestic, resisting a police officer without violence, and burglary occupied dwelling unarmed.
Your Honor, on the PC, he was charged with 2 counts of the aggravated battery with deadly weapon. They only put on one, they did add charge to add a second.
And you got the second charge added. Okay. For aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And court finds probable cause, all counts, court sets bond in the amount of $5,000 on count one, $1,000 on count two, and $5,000 on count three, and count four is $5,000. No contact with the alleged victims. Have a good day, sir. Edwin Francis.
It's present and approaching, Judge.
Good morning, Judge.
Mr. Francis, you've got a domestic violence injunction, $5,000 bond, and you have a capious no bond hold.
Judge, if I may, January 7th, these cases were brought to trial, and they said that that I had a warrant for the same case. I was like, how is that possible? That's double jeopardy. I was apprehended November 21st inside court. I was represented by Ms. Drake, your public defender. I took it to a speedy trial. January 7th, I was released.
They got you as no bond hold for failure to show. But
I was
Judge
there January
Allspector,
7th.
okay, I'm just looking.
I was Miss McHughley.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
All right, I'll put this on recall. Somebody check this.
Thank you.
He says he was in court and this is entered an error. Just double check. Okay, then we have, please. Gene Carlos Diaz.
North Broward.
Northborough, Your Honor. He's a medical reset.
Okay. Medical reset. Then we have Mark Fourcane. That's medical reset? Then we have Danny Maldonado.
Present and approaching, Judge.
Mr. Maldonado, you're charged with resisting an officer without violence, $100 bond, court finds probable cause. You want to plead no contest?
It's time served.
Oh, that's time, sir.
Time served. Have a good day.
Excuse me.
Andre Crump.
Good morning, Your Honor.
North Broward.
Davika Carr on his behalf as accounts 2 and 3.
He's a medical reset.
Okay.
North Broward's a medical reset. Okay, for Mr. Crump. Okay. Then we've got Francis Carr.
Says he's at Maine, Your Honor.
Is he yours?
Yes, Judge. Good morning.
It's a municipal ordinance.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hi,
Mr.
Francis.
Carr, you got a $500 capious. You want to plead no contest?
Yes, sir.
Okay, time served. Have a good day.
Have a good day,
Counsel, you
Francis.
appointed.
Yes, Judge.
Claudio Fernandez.
Your Honor, I represent him only as account 1.
Yes, sir. All right.
Okay, Mr. Fernandez, you've got 4 capiouses, 25, 500, 500, 500 respectfully. Court finds probable cause. You want to plead no contest?
No contest.
Time served, no return to the property.
Have a good day.
Okay, Luis Alberto Menendez.
North Broward.
He's a medical reset, Your Honor.
He's a medical reset.
Yes.
Then we have Emmanuel Johnson.
Present and approaching, Judge.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. You're charged with, you got 4 capiouses. Total is $600 in bond. They're for operating without a license, failed to register motor vehicle, operating without and failed to register. You want to plead no contest?
Time, sir?
Yes, sir.
Time served. Have a good day.
All right.
Okay, Russell Nubby.
Present and approaching judge.
And I represent him as to count 2, Judge. Hi, Russell.
Newbie.
Okay.
Campbell?
Counsel, you representing him?
As to count 2,
That's count 2.
yes.
Okay. Does anybody have a PC sheet on what the count 1 is? Criminal mischief, what he supposedly damaged?
Just look it up.
Okay. You want to plead no contest, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the court accepts the no contest plea. Court adjudicates defendant guilty. Court orders restitution. Reserves is to the amount on count 1. Count 2 is time served. Have a good day.
So,
Thank you, Judge.
Tom,
Clifford Wellington.
Present and approaching judge.
Mr. Wellington, you've got obstructing a highway. You want to plead no contest?
yes, sir.
Time served. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Charles
Squillis?
Quillance.
Present and approaching judge.
That's also mine, Your Honor.
Your attorney's on the screen, okay? Okay.
Mr. Spillane, you're charged with trespassing. You want to plead no contest?
Yes, sir.
Time served.
Thank you.
Good
Percy
day, Charles.
Campbell.
North Broward.
Mr. Campbell, you got a DUI $1,000 bond, DUI $1,000 bond, and refusal to submit, no bond required, $2,000 bond. Court finds probable cause. Can you make the bond?
Yes, sir.
All right, post a bond. You'll be out of there. Okay, then Rashad Haynes.
Oh, he bonded, judge, bonded.
Then we have Marquise Banner.
Bonded.
Then we have Terrell Jenkins.
He's not up, judge. Oh, no, he's at North Broward.
Terrell Jenkins, you've got a ad charge. Court finds probable cause. My understanding is the judge already, on the kidnapping, judge already found proof evident presumption, great, no bond. Have a good day. Francisco Casavant.
Yes, sir.
He's present, judge.
Mr. Casavant, you're charged with 2 counts of violation of probation or ad charges, You have no bond hold to be taken for the respective judges on the 11th and the 12th. Have a good day, sir. Dwayne Ellis.
Present and approaching, Judge.
Dwayne Ellis, you have possession of cocaine and habitual driving with a suspended driver's license. Total bond $1,750. Court finds probable cause. Can you make
Would Your Honor-
the? Can you
Would
make
Your
the
Honor
bond?
consider pretrial release? He's on disability and has 2 children.
I asked the questions, ma'am. Can you make the
Okay.
bond?
No, man, I can't. No, sir.
Okay. I'll allow you on pretrial release if you agree to an evaluation and treatment if necessary. There'll be no alcohol or intoxicants subject to random testing.
All right.
Okay, you're out of there. Pretrial release. Leonardo Thompson.
Present and approaching, Judge. He's here, Judge, when you're
Okay.
ready.
Mr. Thompson, you've got a possession of paraphernalia, $100 bond, another municipal ordinance violation, no bond required, but you've got a violation of pretrial felony release, no bond. I am going to not offer him a plea as to any of these charges because they could have other ramifications.
Thank you, Judge.
And sir, you've got a total bond of $100, but you're gonna have to deal with Judge Bailey on the pretrial release. Garrett Coffey.
He's present and approaching, Judge.
Take care. Garrett Coffey, you're charged with possession of heroin, $1,000 bond, possession of paraphernalia, no bond required. But you've got 2 violations of probation, no bond hold, and then you've got burglary, unoccupied conveyance, unarmed, $1,000 bond, and petty theft, ROR. So, but you'll be detained going before the judge on the violation of probation on the 11th. And you've got 2 more violations of probation, no bond hold. They'll all go at the same time. All right, then we have Carlos Harmelo.
All the way down. Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Got possession of cocaine, possession of Xanax, possession of paraphernalia, and then you've got 4 violations of probation. You got no bond holds on the violation of probation. You'll be taken before the judge on 2/11. On the other charges, the new charges, you've got bond the amount of $2,100. Court finds probable cause. Have a good day. Then we have Javon Gordon.
Present and approaching, Judge.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Gordon, you got 3 violations of probation. No bond hold. You'll be detained going before Judge Usan on the 11th.
Okay.
Then we've got Anthony Sorelli.
Present and approaching, Judge.
Mr. Sorelli, you're charged with dealing in stolen property, $3,500 bond. Grand theft, $1,000 bond. Possession of an ID of another $100 bond. Petty theft, $100 bond. And then you've got a violation of probation, no bond hold. And then you've got 3 out-of-county holds out of Missouri. And then you have burglary, unoccupied conveyance, $1,000 bond, grand theft, $1,000 bond. Court finds probable cause, all counts, you'll be detained. No bond on the violation of community control. Once you clear Florida, you're detained out of Missouri, and you'll be sent to extradition court. But that, you have to clear the Broward County cases first. Have a good day, sir. Wardson Civil. Oh, did I miss one?
Judge, he's not up. They said he got our award.
He's what? He was ROR'd?
The deputy told me he was ROR'd.
That's a, yeah, that's what I have here. I did not, okay. Then we have, Maroff Quandrano.
He's present and approaching, Judge.
Good morning, Judge.
Sir, you're charged with robbery by sudden snatching without a firearm or weapon. The court finds probable cause. Bond is set in the amount of $15,000. And there'll be no return to that property. Have a good day, sir. Gibber Green.
Green's coming up, Judge.
Green, right here.
Mr. Green, you're charged with burglary, occupied dwelling, unarmed, and petty theft. Court finds probable cause, bond set an amount of $2,000 on count one and $500 on count two. Have a good day, sir. Matthew Moore.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Matthew Moore, you're charged, sir, with cruelty to animals, inflicting death or great pain. Court finds probable cause. Judge McCarthy issued a no bond hold.
The judge, it's for magistrate. It's a bondable offense. It's a third-degree felony.
Okay. Court sets bond the amount of $10,000. No contact with the animal. Have a good day. Charles Johnson.
Present and approaching, Judge.
Mr. Johnson, you have possession of a weapon or ammo by a convicted felon, $2,500 bond, possession of ammo or a weapon by a convicted felon, $2,500 bond, possession of ammo by a convicted felon, $1,000 bond, trafficking in cocaine, $15,000 bond, trafficking in oxycodone, $250,000 bond, trafficking in fentanyl, $250,000 bond, possession of Cara's Prodol, $1,000 bond, and possession of cannabis over 20 grams, $1,000 bond. You have a possession with intent to manufacture cannabis, $1,000 bond, possession of drug paraphernalia, $100 bond, but then you got two violations of probation, no bond hold. You'll be detained going before the judge on the no bond holds, which is Judge Lynch, on the 11th. Have a good day, sir. Jamal Williams.
Present and approaching, Judge.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams charged with carjacking with a firearm, There's a no bond hold. Court finds probable cause. That was issued by warrant by Judge McCarthy. You'll be detained.
Judge, I gotta wait for it. I asked the state 2 hours ago for PC. I don't have it yet. So we need to put on recall so I can make the argument if there is one.
You want the affidavit
If
to
I can have
arrest?
it from yours, just
Here.
for somebody.
Here it is. I'll give it to you. You read it. We'll put it on recall. Put him on recall. Have a seat for a moment. Okay, Alexander, Maurice Alexander Dick.
Present and approaching judge.
You got a violation of probation, no bond hold. You'll be detained going before Judge McCarthy on the 11th. Christian Osorio.
Osorio, come on up. He's present and approaching judge.
Okay, Mr. Osorio, you've got a grand theft, $1,000 bond, and obstructing an officer without violence, no bond required. $1,000 bond, can you make it?
No, I can't.
Court finds probable cause. Court will place him on pretrial release. David Alfonso Richard.
Present and approaching judge.
Mr. Richard, you got 3 violations of probation, no bond hold. You'll be detained going before Judge Lynch on the 10th. Have a good day, sir. Keenan Gallen.
That's North Broward judge.
He's medical reset. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Then we've got Gene Mathis.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay. North Broward. Okay. Mr. Mathis, you've got 3 felony capiases, no bond hold. Then you've got 3 violations of pretrial release, no bond holds, and then you have an immigration hold, no bond. You'll be going before the judges on the no bond holds on the 10th. Have a good day, sir. Find probable cause. Ryan Christopher Ware.
It's medical loan judge.
Thank you. David Robert Johnson.
North Broward medical reset, Your Honor.
Thank you. Then we have O'Dane Brown.
Present and approaching at main judge.
Good morning.
Mr. Brown, you're charged with a violation of probation, no bond hold. You'll be detained going before Judge McCarthy, and I believe it's on the 11th, though it's not marked.
Thank you.
Thank you. Brandon Allen.
Present and approaching.
On Allen? This is not for magistrate?
Well, it was, but he went to the division yesterday.
All right. Mr. Allen, they put you on the docket. You didn't need to be here. You got 2 violations of probation, but you've already been before the judge. Okay? Thank you. Then we got Jeremiah Howard.
Coming up, judge.
Mr. Howard, you got a violation of probation, no bond hold. And that's out of Dade County. We don't have anything else holding him? Oh, okay. This is an ad charge. Okay, you've disposed of the charge here. They'll take you to Dade. Have a good day. Neville Smith.
He's coming, Judge. He's in a wheelchair.
All the way down. Go before you step up. Where's he from? All the way down. From another floor.
Mr. Smith, you're charged with murder with a weapon. The court finds probable cause. Your arraignment is set for 2/11 at 9:30 a.m. You'll be detained going before the court on the 11th. Then we have Gaines. Montel Gaines. Conti, thank you. Mr.
Judge,
Gaines, you have a carjacking ad charge, count 4, no bond hold. You'll be detained on this and the other charges. Court finds probable cause.
Judge, this is another one. It's a no bond hold for magistrate, but I don't have the affidavit. I'll swap with you, though. I read the other one.
Yeah, the state, sorry. The state is requesting proof evident presumption grade.
So we can put it on this column.
Hang on. All right, we'll put you on recall. Call you back up in a couple moments. Now we have Jesus Ortez.
Bonded.
And then we have Anthony Gassett.
Conti, Your Honor.
Mr. Cassette, you have a grand theft of a firearm, and this is a change charge from robbery firearm, correct? Okay. And what was the bond, was it a no bond hold on the other? Okay, this one is set in the amount of $1,500. Okay, do you understand?
That's the only charge I have now?
That's the only one I'm showing.
It's the only one in court this morning. You're being held no bond on counts 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you have other counts. This is the only one that changed.
Probation, right?
Correct.
Violation of probation?
Correct. That's what's holding you no bond.
Okay, have a good day, sir. Okay. Let me have those two, thank you. All right. On recall, we have Edwin Francis.
He's coming on up, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you understand that, sir?
Or anything, sir.
Okay.
He couldn't hear, Judge.
Let me say this, sir, I've got this down as a violation of a domestic order. In other words, violation of a restraining order.
All right, sir. January 7th, everything was dropped. That I had.
No, the problem is this one still, the underlying charge may have been dropped, but they're claiming before it was dropped, you violated the restraining order.
Sir, on January 7th,
Sir?
and prior to, I was incarcerated from the 21st of November all the way to January 7th on my trial date, which was held for a speedy trial. There's no more cases for me.
Well,
There's something wrong in the system right now.
The case he's speaking of was in front of Judge McHugh, which is correct. But this case, when he was not in custody, when he was violated by strangulation, there is a no contact order for a victim, which is what they violated. They violated him for that, not
But was that case,
not a restraining order for the
no contact order?
correct.
But was that criminal case dropped?
No. He's talking about another case. This case.
Okay, that's a different case, sir. Bond is the amount of $5,000. And then you've got the felony capias, no bond. Court finds probable cause. Have a good day, sir. And now we've got Mr. Gaines, Montel Gaines. State?
Yes, they would be requesting, proof evident presumption hearing, Your Honor.
Judge, I would object it, so I realize now they're co-defendants reading the probable cause affidavit, so I'm going to make the same argument for both gentlemen. Again, proof evident presumption grade goes beyond the beyond a reasonable doubt standard. Reading the affidavits that were provided with us today, it seems that the only way identification was made was through the the screenshots of at a gas station from the video, and then photo lineups were done. There's nothing that actually places, from what I can tell, either Mr. Gaines or Mr. Williams in the area, in the city, or in the state those days. Individuals can look like one another when you do a photo lineup. There's nothing distinguishing that's mentioned in the affidavit with Mr. Gaines before us this morning. I don't see anything necessary distinguishing with him that would stick out in a photo lineup. The state is asking for something that goes beyond a reasonable doubt standard based on photographs alone, not an in-person lineup, absent any other evidence that places Mr. Gaines anywhere in the state of Florida that day. I would say the state has not met its burden this morning.
Okay, court, based upon the documents presented, and again, only as to the documents presented, finds proof evident presumption great, but this is subject to a full hearing and review by the judge to whom the case is signed. Jamel Williams.
He's coming up, Judge.
This is the same.
Hey, Judge, I would just invoke the same argument.
Jamal Williams, you got a carjacking. The court finds proof evident presumption great, no bond hold. Have a good day, sir. I believe that concludes the docket, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
We just had that one juvie case once we go off the adult record.
The which?
The juvenile case. We have to go off the camera.
Oh, okay. Anyway, thank you very much. We're done.